Hello everyone, Jordan Ray here, and I'm going to be demonstrating how to use Google Apps Script to deploy a web application. And I'm going to split this into two parts, and in the second part I'm going to be kind of demonstrating how to activate and use some of the advanced services in Google Apps Script. So I've got my G Suite trainer account up and running here. This is really the first time I'm playing around with this thing, and let's get started. I've got a script open running here. I've got it named. I'm just naming it Classroom API Demo, and let's get started. The built-in trigger in AppScript in order to make it a web app is do get, and it is case sensitive, so it's function do capital G get, and just like any other function. However, we're going to return an HTML service, and we're going to create that HTML output from a file, and I'm just going to call that we'll call it classroom courses, again case sensitive, and that is all we're going to do. Actually, I'm going to change this name here just to make everything kind of conform. We're going to call it list courses. That's the function that we are going to create, and that's going to be the primary purpose of this simple demo. And let's just call this list courses. And for now, I'm going to just return just the word success. Perfect. Very simple, straightforward. This is kind of our, what we would call the back-end code. Now I'm going to go new HTML, and I need to do this list courses that I created, and this is where we're going to create the HTML that's going to go into this. So it's going to be a pretty basic page. I'm going to put a header in here just called list classroom courses. Close that H1 tag. I'm going to put a button in here with an on-click kind of JavaScript, and we'll call it list courses. And then I'm going to do an unordered list with an ID of courses, all kind of the same things over and over and over again, but that's just to help us keep everything straight. Now, this on-click kind of built in, this on-click event, just basic JavaScript. This on-click event, we're going to call this list courses with no parameters. And we need to now write that list courses function. So let me go ahead and create some script tags down here, open and close. And then I'm going to add, so I've got to do function first. Function list courses. And I want to console log. Not yet. We don't want to console log anything just yet. In order to make calls to the list courses, this is our kind of front end list courses, and we want to actually call this list courses function in code.js. And to do that, we need to just run google.script.run, and then there's some built-in tools there. I'm going to indent this to make it a little easier. We need to do list courses, this right here. So let me just kind of walk you through this if you're getting confused by all the list courses. So this will run when we click the button. And this here is then going to run this here and return this success back to here. And we actually have to do the success handler, and we'll call this response. And there we'll console.log the response. So I'm going to indent these things one time. And just in case there's any errors, we'll do with failure handler. and that will send an error back. And let's just console log that also, just to better handle that error. So that is a very basic web application. Does nothing but put a button on the screen that's going to then send a success into our developer's console. Now to publish this, we need to go up to Publish, Deploy as Web App, Project Version, New. I want to execute the app as the user accessing the web app. And for this, I'm going to just set it to only myself. You can make it anyone on the internet has access to the URL or people just in your domain. I'm just going to leave this as myself. And we'll call it, it's not actually the first one, but we'll call this first deploy. And it gives us a URL with the web app running, but it also gives us a test URL. So this is going to update as we add code to the screen. So let's go ahead and follow that. Then I'm going to open up my developer tools. If you're on Linux or Windows, I believe it's Control-Shift-J will give you your developer's console. Macs, I'm not totally sure, but you can get it from, if you go up to the more tools here, you can get into your developer tools. So when I click this button, I should just get the word success with 3 exclamation points, and I did. Perfect. We have a running web application deployed with Google Apps Script. Now, I'm going to pause there for a little break, and then in part 2, we're going to activate some advanced services in order to access Google Classrooms and to get some information for Google Classroom. So stay tuned.